Board games, board games, it's what I'm singing about. Board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and I just am going to say, I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that this day is wonderful to you. Whatever it is that you end up doing, whatever it is that you end up eating, maybe there'll be a game that you end up playing. And if you've got a family, well, you can be with them, you don't need to be with me. Or if you want to be with me, then I hope it's because you enjoy it. And I hope that maybe if you have some tactics, you'll employ it. Board games in some manner, it's what I'm thinking about. Board games and some chatter, it's what today is all about. Hello, and I am Bez. I would say I'm talking about board games, but am I really? I mean, we'll talk about board games in some manner, but yeah, it's very vague. I mean, come on. But we are definitely going to be blethering. I am Bez, and if you want to take a bath, you can. That is entirely your prerogative. And today it is chaotic shenanigans. It's more chaotic shenanigans for the rest of the week. And today is the Friendly Friday Forum, which basically means that if you want to join in, you are welcome as long as I know and trust you. So literally, if I recognize your name, if I can trust you to not be a jerk, then follow the link that I've just posted into the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and you can come on and join me literally on screen. If you prefer to, be behind the scenes, then that is also entirely your prerogative, and you can do that, whatever makes you comfortable, because, this is hopefully a day for you, and whether you celebrate it or not, I do want to say, Merry Christmas, and I hope you're having a good day and all that. So, let me turn off phone for a moment and let me get started by talking about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. Okay, so just turning that on. Now, what are the recent highlights? So, recent highlights. Well, I've been playing a few games. I played yesterday. What did I play? I played Say What by Draw Labs Entertainment. I can't remember the name of the designer, but we actually played using the earlier sets of rules that the designer had for their game that Say Anything was a re-implementation of. And so that was good fun. It was like a fairly silly, it was just a nice game to facilitate conversation, and so that's a nice thing. Also, we had a bit of a wander, and I'm up here with family, but I've been stuffing the turkey. I've been reading a wee bit of comics. I've been reading Scary Go Round by John Allison, which I adore. It's been a nice week up here, and I've been playing games and seeing people and connecting with the family a wee bit. And when I say seeing people, I basically mean the 3 people who live in here. I moved up here about just over a week ago. Just over a week ago, is that right? But anyway. And yeah, I was lucky to get out just before the London went up to level 4. Because it's nice to have the change and it's nice to be here, but wherever you are, even if you're alone, if you're up at home, just lots of love, and I hope you've had some good times. What have you eaten? What have you been doing? I hope you can take some joy in something that you've been up to. Maybe, you know what? I recently had some artichoke hearts. True story, I had them last night. They were tinned, but they were still very tasty. I've been concentrating on soft food. By the way, where's my water? Oh, I think it's outside. Because I had my tooth pulled not too long ago. And that's what I've been up to recently. And if you're watching this after the fact, I hope that you can think of something that you've been doing recently and think to yourself, yeah, that was fun, that was a good time. And maybe even something that you've got around the corner, or something that you've got looking forward to. And that's what it's all about, like kind of sometimes taking joy in the wee things, do you know what I mean? Like the wee moments. And it's easy to focus on, okay, someone asks, how are you doing? And then you think, well, there's this good stuff and there's this bad stuff. And then you evaluate it, and then you feel like, okay, I've got to balance it out and feel like, okay, what's good, what's bad? And then in the end, you think about all the troubles you've had. But in the end, you know, maybe life's not so rubbish. And maybe life's not so pish. So maybe you can just have a laugh. And hello, Elaine. It is lovely to see you, and Merry Christmas to you too. And yeah, I hope that you, Efka, and you know, I think you've got a wee pup with you, and I don't know what you're up to, but I hope that you've got something that you've been enjoying recently. And so that's what it's all about. And hello, Yoda, over from the Netherlands. I mean, this is amazing, this internet, like all the people that you happen to get, all the people that then commune, all the people that act like a loon on the internet, but in a good way. You know, all the people, and you brighten up my day. And so, yeah, Merry Christmas, one and all. I hope that next year it will fall, that it will maybe be not as bad as the year that we've just had. But even though there's been some bad, I hope that we can all remind each other of the fun. And it's not so sad, because we're here to occupy each other's minds. And yeah, for those who weren't here at the start, let me just paste in the thing once more on Twitch. And if anyone would like to join me on camera, then you are 100% welcome. If I know your name, anyone who's said hello in chat, 100%, I know you, I trust you, I love you. But basically, I want to be trusting, and it's just, well, yeah. And that's what it's all about. Join me if you want. So let's talk about brilliant things, brilliant things. What's a little thing that is brilliant? Brilliant things. Well, I guess now that I added the S, now I've got to have more than one brilliant thing. So, brilliant things. Firstly, comics. Comics are brilliant. This one that I've been reading, the third Scary Go Round, Skellington. I was also reading the first and second one since I got up here. Lots of fun. And yeah, John Allison's a great writer. I love comics. I love comics in general. That juxtaposition of words and pictures all coming together to tell the story. So you have the words to spark your imagination, so you can be the one who kind of feels all the things, if you know what I mean. You can also be the one to have the picture, so it's like a nice kind of mixture for me of like having a bit of control of myself. Like I choose the rate at which I read it, I choose the tone, I choose the voices in which people speak, but it's a little bit more than a book, and so it's a bit easier. And yeah, there's something nice about that. and brilliant things. And Merry Christmas, Runa. It is lovely to see you. And if anyone else wants to add a brilliant thing to the list, then please do so. We're just talking about brilliant things. I mean, we've talked about so many brilliant things. We've talked about forks and cutlery and spoons and glasses and tables and pianos and love and life. I've never talked about smoke. Smoke's pretty brilliant. I mean, smoke and steam in general can help with powering lots of things. And I hope that you enjoy that. And so have a lots of fun. And see you. Lots of love. But brilliant thing, there's so many things that are brilliant. So many things around us all, so many things around this world, so many things that we can see. It's a brilliant thing for you and me. The other brilliant thing that I would like to talk about is a chimney, you know. I mean, it might not be that great these days, but still, there's something picturesque about them, even if they're not so functional. So, if anyone would like to ask any questionably quick questions, then feel free to go ahead. Otherwise, today is going to be chaotic shenanigans, so feel free to do !add_task to add a task, or !do_task to initiate some sort of... And blankets. Let's sing a song about blankets. Blankets are warm. Blankets are warm. If you ever are in a storm. If ever it's cold outside, then you might want to have a blanket riding up to your neck, because it keeps you warm. And that's totally fair, Yoda. You know, you don't have to interact, you don't have to feel, you know, honestly, this whole thing, it's just, if you want to be around, you can be around. If you're not around, you know, I'll just practice my keyboard for an hour and then I'll finish. But like, it's just to say hello and be present. And oh, thank you very much. Oh, I also have I have a bot now, so I have a robot. If you type in !clap, and because you can't be bothered typing in clap twice, then it will do something special. So if you type in !clap, hopefully it will work. I'm not sure. Yeah, brilliant. See that. And I think there's a global cooldown, so two people can't do it within a second of each other. Sorry, Yoda. Elaine was first. But, yeah. Let me change that banner to be a... Yeah. Questionably quick questions! Because there's a couple of people here. I will do this bit. So, does anyone have any questionably quick questions for me? You're allowed to ask me anything within, you know, normal things. Oh, very nice of you. I mean, it's not a competition. You can all make your own emoticons as well. I mean, you can emoticons, emotes, icons, whatever. But yeah, if anyone has any questionably quick questions. So, actually, I am going to excuse myself. I really apologize. This is literally going to be 30 seconds because otherwise I'm going to suffer if I don't have a bit of water. So, just 30 seconds. Ow. Ow. That ow was because I just stubbed my toe. But it wasn't too bad. And I am back as promised, hopefully within 30 seconds. And cheers, everyone. What will I eat? What will I eat? Well, we will personally... We do eat dead animals in this household. We will eat turkey, with some stuffing, and yeah, some roast potatoes, some Brussels sprouts, and yeah, it's all about the parsnips. So what will you eat? Yeah, that's the questionably quick question, and since no one else has any questionably quick, okay, feel free to comment after, and yep. So I want to put in, I'm going to do this regardless of, okay, so I've got this intro that I've sort of written. When I say sort of written, I mean I've half written it, and half of it I need to kind of still make up, but we'll work it out. Oh wait, do we have a question? You forgot to get stuffing, oh my gosh. Oh, You know, you can have a second Christmas, Elaine. You could have a second Christmas, maybe not on Boxing Day, because obviously that doesn't work, the shops aren't open yet, but maybe, you know, how about 31st of January, you have a second Christmas. Where did I learn to play the piano so well? Oh, thank you very much. I was cajoled into it as a young child. Let me get rid of that banner. Oh, I mean, I don't think I'm very good. Like, I'm certainly not on par with Amadeus, but I had my first teacher was Miss Marshall, I want to say, and yeah, they were very strict. So my first teacher made me hate the piano. But I still carried on. I remember actually one day just not going. And I thought my parents wouldn't find out. That was a bit silly of me. Especially since I'm the only student in the class. Because it was private lessons that my parents had paid for every week. So yeah, obviously there was a phone call and then punishment for me. But my second teacher, after Miss Marshall moved away, was so, I don't want to say lackadaisical, something like that. I mean, and then the second teacher was like, they just didn't care. So my first teacher, if I got a note wrong, they would like scream at me and shout at me, and that just was not good. But my second teacher was like, they didn't care. And then after my second teacher, I asked to have it to change, and we found another person who was so much better, who didn't focus on grades, but focused on asking me what I wanted to play. And my third teacher said, hey, play the Grand Valse Brilliant because that's something that I had rated highly. Because my third teacher had played a bunch of tunes and asked me, hey, what do you think of these tunes? And my third piano teacher said, hey, and hello Matthew Dunstan, Elaine's just asking me about my teaching, and I'm just going through my first teacher who was a bit overly strict, and my second teacher who was a bit overly generous, but then the third teacher, I mean, this is basically a Goldilocks, and I'm just appreciating it in retrospect, but the third teacher was so good, and I think the first teacher instilled the love of the third teacher instilled the love of just improvisation in me, and I played in bars, and I played in a couple of bands, and I went far, and by going far I don't mean I had lots of financial success, I don't mean that at all, I literally mean that I went fairly far, And by far, I don't mean halfway around the world or anything, I just mean to the far north of Scotland. Oh, Matthew learnt the piano from age 6 to about 16. Do you still play? Do you still improvise? And of course, Merry Christmas. I don't know if that's something that you celebrate. Elaine had guitar lessons for a bit and absolutely hated them, but had to go because Elaine's parents paid for them. I can totally relate. Do I have a favourite thing I like to play, like a specific tune or composer or genre? The truth is that I don't think I could play. I'd struggle to play a specific tune right now, but yeah, I don't know if someone asked me to play something, I would do it because like there's the whole hashtag addtask, hashtag dotask, and just to explain the way that works, if you do exclamation mark addtask, then I will literally write on a bit of paper. Yep, I've got some more paper over here, and I've got some pens, so I will literally write on a bit of paper task, and then if you do exclamation mark do task, I will do a semi-random one of these. And Matthew doesn't really play. Aww. Matthew didn't really get any lessons on improvisation. I mean, I didn't really get any lessons on improvisation, but it's more just like because I guess it was kind of a natural thing that I wanted to do. Like, I remember, I know this is going to sound terrible, but my parents cajoled me into practicing like a certain amount of time each day. I remember at one point it was like, okay, if you practice the piano for 1 hour, you get to play video games for 1 hour. And because of that, I actually started to learn to improvise without really paying attention, and so that I could just play the piano and keep on playing the piano for hours so that I could then play video games for hours, and that was it. So yeah. I think I had a lot more fun when I learned saxophone from about 14 or so. I mean, I think at a certain point it's just about seeing like, yeah, whatever happens is okay. Okay, now that I think we've got to a few folk. Oh, yeah, Matthew had to practice for a certain amount of time each day, yeah. And I don't know if this is like a good thing for kids or is it not? Like, because we were talking to Dina like on Thursday about the Montessori method and how like Dina's kids, I know this has no real world application, but Dina's child is now playing Carcassonne with the full rules and Alhambra, and there's lots of wow. I mean, oh gosh, same says Elaine, and like allowing children to self-direct but yeah, doing some encouragement, but I mean, yeah, sure, at certain points you want to limit something, but it's not like, okay, Bez, you played 10 hours piano, therefore you can play 10 hours of video games. That doesn't seem healthy, in retrospect. And yeah, Matthew, you just missed the bits of recent highlights, but if you want to share what you've been up to or anything that you've been enjoying, then feel free to go ahead. This is Friendly Friday Forum, so everybody can jump on if they want. I will share the link, the StreamYard link. And Matthew's saying, in the end, Matthew's happy to have parents who encouraged. I'll speak in Matthew's voice. This is Matthew. No, I'm not going to try and do accents. That's not a thing I'm going to do. This is not Matthew's voice. This is me pretending to be Matthew. In the end, I'm happy my parents encouraged me. Oh man. In the end, I'm happy my parents encouraged me. My mother is an amazing musician. And Matthew doesn't tend to sound like an overexcited cartoon character. Even though I don't play now, I'm very happy it was part of my life, and I do think about coming back in at some point. And yeah, thank you, Matthew. And yeah, I feel the same. Like, yeah, at a certain point, or just no matter how we acquire these skills, at a certain point, it's nice to have. Okay, now we'll have one practice round, and then I'll start singing original songs. For the practice round, I'll give the winner like 10 points, which, if you don't know, in this stream you get, I think it's currently 40 points for every 10 minutes you watch. And yeah, we'll have a practice round, but first I'll explain the rules. I will sing about a game, and please guess its name pretty much as soon as you like. There are just a few rules. Number one, feel free to be a fool if you want, but all the jerks can take a hike. And yes, Yoda, you probably do have points. If you want to check your points, then what you do is you type in !points. And hello, Rita, it's lovely to see you. If you want to join in on Twitch, or if you want to be on if you want to stay on Facebook, that's fine. Or if you just want to pop up, however it works for you. Merry Christmas. And I'm just about to sing about a few games, and you've got to try and guess whichever one. There you go. Yoda apparently has 1,755 Bezzy points. There you go. Number two, please guess as soon as you'd like, but make sure someone else guesses in between. You can guess fast, but being lost is okay, but make sure there's another person's guess in between. And that's basically all the rules. So basically, don't guess twice in a row, and don't be a jerk. So those are literally all the rules. So try to guess, but don't guess twice. If you guess, then someone else has to guess before you guess a second time. Okay, so this one is a song that Elaine knows. So Elaine, maybe don't guess this one, because this is a chance for everyone else to guess. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, please don't surround me. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, and I just want to be free. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, please don't surround me. And the spiders, they move free, but the ants, they are more free. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, this game's designed by John Yanni. I'm a bee, 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 I'm a bee. I just want to be free. You're trying to surround me, but I just want to be free. I just want to be free, and the game's designed by John Yanni. The spiders, they move free, but the grasshoppers jump over me, and the beetle comes up high, but it never tries to fly. And that is the song, and so Rita guessed bees, Yoda guessed hive, and if anyone else wants to guess, then you can guess, but if you want points, you need to be part of the Twitch stream. So in this example, I would carry on talking for a couple of minutes and anyone else could guess. And then at some point I would say, okay, congratulations, Yoda. And I would add points to Dutch Yoda. And let's give you a nominal like 10 points. And then Yoda gets 10 points, and there we go. And that's the way it works. Woohoo! Points, says Yoda. Congratulations. And yeah, in my intro, I should say, obviously, the points don't really mean anything outside of the stream, but hey, they can maybe, I would say they can fulfill your dreams, but they can't do anything outside of the stream. Anyway, so I have 2 short songs that have half made, that have half written. Okay, so these 2 songs, anyone can guess, and remember, you can guess multiple times. Sorry, I'm there we go. So you can guess this game multiple times, but please don't guess until someone else has guessed in the interim. Okay. Well, let's do this. I have no idea what keys these should be in. Maybe A. I've not done anything in A for a while. This is a game you might know. It is rather old. And this game, it's been told. For centuries, it's been told. It's not the oldest game, but the one it's not the oldest game, the one of which you're guessing its name, but it's the best, I say, to spend a day enjoying and exploring, doing a bit of thinking. This is my favorite game. Senate, I just don't get it. The royal game of I think, is rather poor. Many folk think chess is best, but I disagree, because the game I'm talking about is so lovely. If you've got 3 players or more, this game isn't great, but I still adore this handicap system, which makes it so we could be having a good game, you know. It's rather old, but all things told, it may not be the oldest, but I'll say it's the best. It's black and white stones that you place on a grid. There's no auctions to bid, no sets to collect, no shapes to dissect or tessellate. It's not the oldest game, but the one of which you're guessing its name is the best, I say, to spend a day enjoying and exploring as you do a bit of thinking. That's my opinion. Senate, I don't get it. The royal game of is just poor. Many folk think chess is best, but I disagree. Because the game I'm talking about is so lovely. Okay, so have we had 2 minutes since the first? Yes, we've now had 2 minutes since the first guess. So now that's the guessing closed, and Rita guessed chess, but it was not chess. As I said, I know some people say chess is best, but I disagree. I don't know what you mean by Muller. I actually don't know that name. I'll have to look it up. And Elaine, you were correct. So Elaine gets points. Add points to next pun. Gets 1,000 points because, yeah. There we go. Elaine, congratulations. Now you've got some points. And so, yeah. Why is that rigged, Yoda? You could have, the earlier songs that I did, I said I've already done it before. So if I'm redoing a song, I don't want to give away so many points because then people would just be inspired to, because, I've already done the song and I want people, it's like the new songs. Anyway, so there's going, is that what you're complaining about? I hope you're all right. Okay, off you. I was actually genuinely worried for a moment there. Look, I hope that or not. Everyone hear me? Because my screen went black and it said I had connection problems for a bit, but let me know. Oh no, Bez has gone sizzling. Okay, I see that. So the fact that I can see you saying that probably means that my connection is back. Fingers crossed I am back. Okay, oh no, I'm back. Brilliant. Thank you for telling me. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so this is another song that I've never sung before. Well, I sang it maybe, well, I started making this up this morning. Okay, so what key should this be in? This is more of a major key. B maybe? Or maybe D. I quite like D major, even though I keep playing in it. Oh, there we go. I am a tree. Hello, Michael. It's lovely to see you. You're trying to guess the game, so I've already explained the rules. Basically, you can't guess twice in a row, so if you guess, then wait for someone else to guess. Don't just keep spamming the guesses. That's basically all the rules. And first person to guess gets the points. And so it is all about speed, but if someone else guesses and you think that's correct, repeat their guess. Okay. Anyway, so back on with the song. So, try to guess this game. If you think you're up for it, that's the challenge. I am a tree. Well, quick. Bye bye, Yoda. It's been lovely seeing you, and thank you for dropping in. I am a tree, and I just need a little light on my leaves for energy. I must be large. I must take charge of all the sunshine we have, of all the sunshine we have. It's all for me. I may sound mean, I may sound green, but that's just the humble life of a tree. I am a tree and I just need a little light on my leaves for energy. energy. Each day the sun moves, and this proves we must think ahead, so we know that we'll be fed with all the light, of which there's none within the night. But still, where I go and where I grow will help decide. Will I grow tall, grow old, then fall? Or am I doomed to never grow high and meet my call? I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a tree. There is a strange fruit of a certain hue that made this game, and that is your final clue. But I see many people have already guessed, but I'm still going to sing the rest, and I'll carry on. I'm a tree, or maybe free, and I just need a little light for energy. I must be large, I must take charge of all the sunshine we have. All the sunshine is just for me. I may sound mean, I may sound green, but that's just the humble life of a tree. I'm a tree, I'm a growing tree. Maybe 3, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, but maybe not much more than 3 depending on the player count. Anyway, that is the end. So yeah, that's been 3 minutes since the first guess, and yep, Yoda guessed it correctly, as did Rita. Congratulations. Photosynthesis is, of course, the answer, which is one of my favourite games. And because it's Christmas, I wanted to make it somewhat easy. And remember, people, if you think that someone else has guessed it correctly and you're in Twitch, feel free to piggyback on that. And the first person gets 1,000 points, everyone else gets 500 points. For, being like, oh yeah, that is actually correct. That's the way the game works. Okay, so yeah, congratulations, Dutch Yoda. I don't know if you're still around, but if you're not, then is this meant to say you? Because you're, is this pronounced Yoo-hoo? But I'm assuming this is a sign of maybe this is like a celebration, like woohoo! I'm assuming that's what that is. But yeah, that is all the songs that I had written down. But if people are enjoying this, because I've got like at least 3 people guessing, I think. So I'm going to carry on singing a couple more songs and until there's no one around. And so, yeah, this is going to be another song. This is a song about, let's see what. No, maybe major. Okay, well, Rita, I'm glad you had fun, and I hope you have a nice day too, and I bid you all the best as you go on your way. And Merry Christmas. Okay, now we're into the song. As I start to think of it. I'm going to try to get a bunch of cards, and I'm going to try to make a set. I'm going to put down many a train in the correct lane. There's 1, 2, maybe 3. I might even put down 4. But if I put down the one with 4, well, then I've got that one and there is no more. I'm going to put down a train. Now is time for you to guess the name. The key thing is there's only one 4, only one line, and there's no more. And that's maybe the biggest clue. It's based in a city that could be named after a fruit that I like to eat. It's named after a city that's named after a fruit that I like to eat. Not a banana, not a pineapple, not a melon either. But it may be a fruit that's from which you can go and make cider. What's a fruit that you can make cider with? Come on, I know you can get it. I think you can guess the game. I pick up a card and then another one. I like this one because it's short enough to be fun. The original was a little bit longer and I didn't like that. Because the original I felt was a bit too long. And that's not the correct answer for this song, but it's the first one that was made a bit shorter. Come on, Elaine, I know you can guess it. This game, I know it's a hit. The series has sold several million, and yeah. Well, this is maybe quite true, but regardless, I hope that you do feel a sense of achievement for your guess, because I know you are one of the best. Okay, now I'm going to repeat the song. Now I can sing better along, and maybe... Okay. This is a game I like. It's not about a bus or a bike. At least this one, it might be about a train. That's the name of the game, that's what's usual. But in this one, it's got cards that we know so well from the place that's not named after a pineapple. It's named after a fruit, but not a melon. And there's one specific version that I want you to guess. It's named after a city. And this city is named after a fruit that I like to eat. The city is named after something that's large. It's named after... it's named after something that is quite massive, you might say. A city named after a fruit. Yes, indeed. A city named after a fruit. And you can give a hoot. This is one that's not in cider, but you could make cider with this fruit. You could make... So this is the first game that was shorter, because the original version was quite longer. And, yep. And now a few minutes have elapsed. So it's all about trains, putting them on a line, and there's only one time that at the end you write down on paper where your points have been gathered. You get points from the coins on the map, and then, hey, there's a good chap. Yep. Come on, you got it so close. Take two of your guesses and put them together. Take two of your guesses and put them together. Take two of your guesses, put them together. You can. Oh man, Trains of New York, as opposed to the Gangs of New York. That should be. You're so close. You just need to give me the full name of the game. Now, I'm not going to say that I've watched all your reviews, but I feel like when this game out came, it was news. This series has sold 1 million copies, and some people call it the bee's knees. Okay, I'll tell you the designer. That will be my final clue for you. And the designer's name is Alan Moon. But it's not the original. It's the smaller version. Come on, it's a smaller version. It's the smaller version by Alan Moon. Okay, I'm going. Yes. Oh, congratulations. Ticket to Ride New York. That is exactly correct. Ticket to Ride New York. Yes, it was kind of a specific one. I thought that one might be a wee bit tricky because it wasn't just Ticket to Ride, it was a specific version. So yeah, I'm going to next pun. That was so much fun helping you guess that. But yeah, congratulations on finally getting it. Now, I think there might only be one person guessing the things now. So if that is the way that things... Oh no, it's all good. You don't need to apologize. It was so much fun. Seriously, it was. And yeah. Oh, love you too. And whoops, forgot to tilt my... There we go. Okay. Now, don't know whether... I think there's only one person in chat. So if anyone's watching this after the fact, then I guess they can try to see if they can guess it before I stop the song and see if you can guess it before Elaine. But I want to say, I mean, this feels like an appropriate time to start wrapping up, potentially. Elaine, you should totally get me to do a task. Do ! Do task. I should write to make Bez do a task. And there's all these previous things that people have put into the jar. Okay. And... oh, there we go. Oh no, it's all good. Okay, so this is the way it works. I take out 3 of these things, and then I look at them, and then I veto one. So one of them, okay, change hair. One of them, change colors for 5 minutes. So that would mean I change the colors of the stream and play the crew. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah.
I don't think we've even got enough people to play the crew, so I'm going to put that back into the cup. So yeah, I'll shake that around. But yeah, you can either, based on what people previously requested, you can either get me to change the hair or change the colors to any hexadecimal code or anything you want for 5 minutes. You'd get to decide, change colors or change the hair, change colors or change the hair. You can get my color to be blonde and fair instead of red. It might be blonde or yellow or green or blue or black or white. I've never tried white actually. While we're waiting for Elaine to decide, I'm going to actually, maybe I should sing a wee song. Let's go with White then, if you've never done it, says Elaine. Okay, so to change the hair, the way that works is so that goes back in there, so I kind of try to shuffle these around. I maybe should get to the bag at some point. And then change colors comes out. So I won't do that again today. And we will change the colors to whatever Elaine says. So it could be black. Oh, that's what happens when it goes black. It could be red, which to be fair that's not much of a change from normal. Or it could be that color, but Elaine suggested white. Huh, cool. I wonder at what point I'm just curious, what's between 1 and F? What's the middle point? Is it like 8? I think 8 is correct. I'm just curious actually, at what point does it turn from white to black? I'm just curious now. I've never A, B. I guess it's between. Okay. Anyway, so we are going to have white for 5 minutes, and that is the mini task. So that is that. And if you wanted to add a task, like if you wanted to write something down on paper, it's not guaranteed that I will do it, but it's some points, and then it could be something like I think there's already Sing a Song About Me and another song about a game in here. But if you want to add more singing into the thing, then feel free to go ahead. And obviously, if something's been put in there multiple times, then there's more chance of me doing it in future. And after I do something, it's like, okay, either that was fun, and then I leave it, or it wasn't fun, and then I change it. Leave it out. Anyway. Let me play one song for you that I've not sung this for several years. And if I get some of the lyrics wrong, I'd like you to forgive me for the song. If you don't get out, you'll never get done. If you don't get out, you'll never have any fun. If you want to meet, have some. If you don't get out, you'll never meet anybody. If you want to have some fun, well then I know what you need. See the time is now, and you had the power, and life is running out, so never slow down. Try to have a laugh, maybe you'll smile. Ain't it enough to know that you're alive. And if you want to dance, I know that you can, because deep in your heart and body's dancing woman or dancing man. And the time is now, and you had the power, and life is running out. So never now, slow down. And there used to be some more lyrics, but I just can't remember them. So in the end, life is just a game. You make up toys and then you make up rules. But you and I know we are all the same, and you and I, we ain't no fool. So we are going to have some fun indeed, because we are gonna do some style. We're gonna get it on. We're gonna hopefully have some fun for a while. We're gonna ride around. We're gonna ride on up. Yeah, I forgot about half of that. So, like, that's about half of a song that I used to do. Oh, thank you very much for that clapping. Oh, that's lovely. And now I feel like this task is not that meaningful, but I am going to change it back to FF1122, which is my color, which I quite like. Oh, thank you. You're so lovely and encouraging. And let me pull in my chair. So yep. Okay, I'll try and sing another song that I used to do back in the day, and we'll see how that goes. Okay. So again, this is something. No, that's not the way it goes. This is the time, it's another opportunity. Let pass it by, it could be you and me. We go, but goes bye. So grab it by the feet. This is our life, and we know it so well. Yeah, it makes me realize how much I've forgotten of all these songs. Okay, I am going to do one last piece, unless I get inundated with people wanting to guess board game names, in which case I'll do some more board game stuff. But assuming it stays quiet, I will just do one more song, which I'm going to try one last time to get my sustain pedal working, just on the off chance I can get it to work. And sorry about this, about 30 seconds of... Yeah, it's like it's permanently on. I don't understand it. Nah, I'd rather play without sustain than have permanent sustain. So I'm going to
drifting above the clouds in the belly of a steel bird, looking down at the sun dipping below me and shining all over the world. Through a gap in the clouds I see the ocean folding like the skin on custard, and the light flowing from the evening sun to me looks a little like shimmering mustard. Oh, life is so beautiful if you take a little time to look. And since life is so beautiful, won't you take a little time to look? Oh, life is so beautiful if you take a little time to look. And since life is so beautiful, why won't you take a little time to look? Walking down the road home from the cash and carry, roughly 8:05. Sometimes looking up at the skies above me, it all looks alive. Swirls of purple and cracks of gold, all illuminated by the sun. It's not just something that you've been told, but life's beautiful, and won't you sing along, everyone? Life is so beautiful if you take a little time to look. And since life is so beautiful, why won't you take a little time to look? Oh, life is so beautiful if you take a little time to look. And since life is so beautiful, why won't you take a little time to look? Sitting halfway up the rocky shore, staring further out to sea than we will ever understand, although that doesn't really mean a thing. Wind lashing at my face makes me think what a wonderful time and space. And waves dancing like the birds above makes me want to scream my love for the world. And I shout, life is so beautiful if you take a little time to look. And since life is so beautiful, won't you take a little time to look? Oh, life is so beautiful if you take a little time to look. And since life is so beautiful, why won't you take a little time to look? So stop and think and try to take it all in.
but it's all just too amazing. Every little thing. The fact that it simply exists, and the fact that you're here. It's a miracle, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's amazing, but most of all, it is this. It's all so beautiful. If you take all time to look, and life is so beautiful. If you take a little time to look, oh, life is so beautiful. If you take a little time to look, and since life is so beautiful, just remember it's beautiful. Just remember it's beautiful. Just like you. Yeah, so that's a song that I used to sing. I think that's a song that had been writing for a while. The 805 thing is, all of it's based on truth. Oh, thank you very much, Elaine. That's very kind. And yeah, I used to work in a cash and carry in Glasgow for real. And yeah, 805 was often the time of sunset. And I used to close off my sets. I did have other songs, but lots of them I've forgotten. And so maybe I think that for future, yeah, I'm thinking I'll make it a routine that every day, unless I've got, yeah, something going on, I'll try to improvise a song about a game. I won't worry about making it difficult or challenging. I might, it's interesting because Elaine, sorry, and I'm talking to Elaine here, but I don't know whether to talk to Elaine in the second or third person, but because, yeah, Elaine, so like obviously I'm talking to you because you're here, but at the same time, there's a small chance that someone might watch this after the fact. But whilst originally Elaine's songs, of, hey, here's some songs about games, and then people would get it after the fact. But because of the streaming system, this is thank you. That's exactly why I wrote this, because back in the day I always wanted to write things that people could join in on. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to it felt like if I was just playing and then if I didn't know what people thought, then why bother getting up at an open mic night? Because sure, people clap, but you don't know whether they're clapping out of politeness or because it's good. Whereas if it's something where, okay, people are singing along, that means something. And there is at least one song that just wouldn't work, which is and then everybody else sings and that needs the in real life thing. That would need someone else. But for something like this, it's interesting how streaming kind of changes things. And yeah, that's the end of my songs for today. I'm going to start wrapping up. But yeah, I'd like to talk about let's start off with where's my things? Recap, wrap up. That's exactly what I wanted. There we go. So what did we do today? Well, I was singing some songs. And there were lots of people who popped in for a wee bit to say hello, which was very nice. And Elaine, thank you. It was nice to have you. And honestly, I hope you didn't stay out of a sense of obligation. Like, I know that sometimes sometimes you feel like, okay, you've got to stay, you don't want to leave this person alone. But I hope that's it's a bit of fun. I know that you've got presumably Efka in your home, and I know that you love each other and you want to be together, but hopefully I've tried to entertain. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the musical Guess the Board game. Efka's asleep. What? It's 11 o'clock. Really? Efka's asleep? Haha. Wow. Oh, hello, Gladio. Oh, thank you. Bladio. How do I pronounce this? Bladio? Bladio? Oh, thank you very much. That's lovely of you to say. I don't know, I feel like I might recognise your name, but I apologise if I can't remember it. Either way is just fine. Bladio. How do we know how to pronounce this name? Either way, it's a go. So yeah, I talked about what I'd been up to recently. I talked about playing. What did I talk about? Playing backgammon and some of the L games. Oh yeah, and I do want to say if anyone has an L deck and they are up for playtesting a couple of games, one of the games I think is 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. It's called Invisible. That's a one person hides, everybody else works together to find them, kind of like Scotland Yard, but you're making words. And there's another game called Biddle, which has a really nice auction mechanism where I think it's best for 3 or 4. It does kind of work for 2. So yeah, if you're 2, 3, or 4, then any of these games can work. And if you've got an L deck, or even frankly, if you don't, I will send you a print and play as long as you're willing to print. It's 48 cards, so that's something. Oh, Fitzy Simmons! Yes! The Twitter named after the dog, and you were on, I want to say either Elaine, no, not Elaine, Emma from the Pointless Parrot. You were right. I think you were on that, or maybe it was. Yeah, I remember enjoying listening to you chatting. I think it was Emma. Was it Emma? Yeah, that's the one. Pointless Parrots podcast. Yep, cool. But yeah, you were going to change your name, weren't you? I mean, people talked about you kind of. See, I don't have a great name for a great. I mean, Fitzy Simmons, it's kind of. Anyway, so we are recapping ostensibly. And I guess I was wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and saying, I hope that you have a wonderful time, whatever you're up to with your family. If you're living in the future, if you're living in New Zealand or America, or if you're watching this after the fact, I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you have a great day today. Because, yeah, that's what it's all about, spending some quality time together, even if it's on the internet. That sometimes some of the friends and companionship and togetherness that we get, especially in 2020. And here's a wish from me. I hope that 2021 will be a little bit more fun. Because 2020, let's admit, was maybe not the best. But we can keep working together to improve the rest. I played a bunch of songs about various games, and people always guessed their names. And yeah, I was just about to talk about how Elaine's songs, Elaine's songs are interesting because they're very similar, they directly inspired me, but still there is a little bit of difference, you see. In Elaine's songs, it's like you play and then people guess. But in mine, people can guess anytime. So in a way, I want to make it as easy as I can possibly do. At least by the end, it should be obvious to you. So maybe I'll talk about the designer, maybe the publisher, and each day I'll try to improvise one. And for those people who guess, the first guess will get 1,000 points, and other people get 500. But hey, I hope people enjoy it, because really the points don't mean anything at all. It's just to say hello and you're wonderful. It's just, the points are just there to say thank you for watching and playing along. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'd like to grow my audience size, but that's really not what it's all about. It's about having people that I talk to and people that chat. And I'm thankful for all of that. So I say thank you, everyone. To you and you, whether you're watching at the time, whether you popped in for a minute or two. I want to say thank you, and above all, lots of love, because we're all humans in the end. And the word fits like a glove. Humanity. Helping others in need. Companionship. I mean, our life is just a blip. We may be just dust, but the dust we touch is in the end what makes life worth living. We mean so little, but we can do so much. But in the end, it's all for nothing. Because in the heat death of the universe, from a cosmic sense, what difference does it make all? No difference. So let's not try to go crazy. Let's not gaze into the abyss. Let's think of all the people. Is there someone you miss? Maybe you can message them. Maybe you can reach out. Maybe you can send a note and leave no doubt that you've got love for everyone. And I, to you, hope you have lots of fun. If you wish to follow me, then yes, Stuff by Bez is what I am on the internet. And yeah, there's going to be an occasion on the 9th. We'll have Alan Paul, Rory Muldoon, and another friend of mine, Eric Slauson from America. On the 9th of January. And I hope that you will join in if you wish, because there's no obligation, but hopefully there will be some gaiety. And again, thank you everyone for all the good you have done. And I'm not going to say Christmas is a reward, because Santa Claus, it's a weird way to have things going on. But now, as I like to finish up, I like to say, over to you, what are you up to? You can share anything you want to. So if there's anything that you want to share, Elaine enjoyed the song at the beginning. There's not enough songs with the word pish in it. Oh, thank you. If there's anything that you want to share, if you don't want to share your future, then that's fair. After I finish up, I'm probably going to peel some potatoes. We've got a turkey. Is it in the oven yet? Well, I hope my brother knows. Because my sibling agreed to do a few things to help feed. The four of us, part of the family. We maybe will play a game. Backgammon's my dad's favourite game. Santa Paws. I'm not saying Santa Paws is real, but we left the dog biscuits out last night for him and it was gone this morning, so... I do worry that my instrumentalization is a bit too self-indulgent. I am really tempted to continue it. Maybe when I'm doing an interview, I'll play some music. I'd like to know the opinion of you. And if you want to know my next streams, then that's a redirect, and that will satisfy your needs. stuffbybez.com/streams. Again, that's the redirect. But there's a lot of chaos coming up next. Let me look at my own calendar. Tomorrow is chaotic shenanigans. We could be here together, but only if you want. It's up to you. I'm here every morning at 10 whenever you want me to. You can join whenever you want to. On Sunday, I'm going to be reviewing a few things. And I think in the future, maybe I will sing every day a short song about a game and you'll guess its name for a few points or 1,000 points. Just as a thing to do. And Monday is chaos. Tuesday is a group chat with Alan and Jess and Michael. And that will be about freebies. And we'll talk about when you're giving things away for free, how can you shout and let people know about it? But not be obtuse and not... But it's okay to sometimes be a bit of a silly goose. And Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday will be chaotic shenanigans again in one or which way. Friday I let everyone come on, so if you want to be on video you can and join the song, or you can just chat with me, that's up to you. Friendly Friday forums. It's do what you want to do. And Sundays, I'm reviewing every Sunday, that's the way. But while I'm up here, I don't have that many games. So then, from the week of the 4th, we'll be back to some sort of normal. And I'll have other people with which I will chat. And hopefully chat well. We'll chat about maybe musical board games, remaking a thing, maybe having tabletop polish, or maybe marketing. It's enough for marketing. Then of course on the 9th there will be the thing, and when will it be? I want to see. Oh yeah, there will be some time when I have Rita, who made Men at Work, and I was excited to greet her. So, yeah. As long as sound levels are okay, I think why not, says Elaine. And thank you for the time that we got. Wake Ifka up and say a hello from me, unless you don't want to. I mean, really, there's no need. And for Bladio, or Bladio, I wish you have a great day. I mean, I guess it's really late over there. Is it like 5? 4? 8? Share, spread the word. If you think that this stream's worth it, let somebody know, somebody you think who might enjoy it. I'm happy to raid if anyone wants to. And that would be basically a recommendation to you. There's Harley playing music, and Jenim. Jenim's amazing. And if you want a recommendation, then seriously, Jenim's the thing. Are you going to bed? Are you just waking up? I hope you're well. And for now, there's only one thing left to do, and that's begrudgingly say bye-bye to the wonderful, beautiful you. And I'll type in Jenim is amazing, and so I'm just going to pop over there for just a song before I get on with my day. I do have to set up my stream for tomorrow. So the only thing left for me to do now is to sing. A little bit up. Oh, hello, Rob. Oh, lovely to see you. You're just in time for me to say goodbye. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Bye, bye, bye,
bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, bye, Bleedio. Thank you for the lovely words. I'm glad to hear you enjoyed all the songs you heard. Don't worry, Rob, that is all good. I hope you enjoy your time with family and enjoy some wonderful food. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. And thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. And bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. 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 Bye.